Hey, Kenton First, friends and family. I'm here in the chapel, just off our sanctuary, which is a great place to come. I sometimes come when I just need to bow before the altar and pray. Times that I just need to pray to God for what I'm experiencing or enduring. I saw an article in NPR not too long ago, I think about a week ago, just as Russia was invading Ukraine. And the article was intended for Americans, and it said, as there's this war in Europe, a lot of people are going to be suffering, a lot of people are going to be facing hardship, and here's what you can do so you can make sure that you are not that bothered by what's happening. Here's what you can do to take care of yourself so you don't have to suffer because they're suffering. And I think the point behind it was to say we don't want to get overwhelmed by bad news, but I was really struck by this idea that something terrible is happening on the other side of the world, and we're trying to find ways to make sure that we're not bothered by it. How far we go to avoid any sense of suffering. Unfortunately, suffering is an inevitable part of life. We all struggle at some point. We all suffer at some point. Here's something else I find really interesting. Throughout human history, when the faith has been easy, when people have been comforted, when people have not had a lot of hardships relatively in life, that's where faith has really struggled. But where people have suffered, where people have struggled, where people face hardship, that's where the faith has just exploded. There is something about facing suffering that can help bring our faith to a new place. Jesus suffered, and when we suffer, we can be like Jesus. So I want to invite you to join us in this Lenten season. During this time, we're going to be looking at suffering, and I'm calling this series The Joy of Suffering. Maybe joy is a bad word. We don't seek out suffering. We want to alleviate suffering. But when suffering comes, can we face it in a way that grows our faith and brings us closer to God? We'll see you at 9 and 11 this Lenten season for The Joy of Suffering.